Welcome to the Jill on Money Show. It's Friday, October 4th. Today is Jobs Day. How exciting. I know. Listen, the job market is changing. It is slowing down. Maybe there'll be 125, 150,000 jobs created during the month. But, I don't know where we're going to end up. I just don't really care about the first headline because with these numbers are always revised. If something really wild happens with this report, then I'll come back in your ear tomorrow morning. But I don't expect that. Any impact from Hurricane Helene or these port strikes, not going to be felt in this report anyway. So it's a little bit of old history, but promise that we will get back in touch with you if there is a vast difference between what is expected and what actually occurs. However, what's more important is you. And if you would like to get in touch with us, then all you need to do is go to our website, jillonmoney.com, click the Contact Us button, complete the form, tell us what's going on. And if you want to come on the air live with us, check that box. Mark will do everything else. While you're on the website, sign up for the free weekly newsletter, subscribe to Jill on Money Live, check out our YouTube show. Do it all. Do it all. Do it all. Yes. All right. It's a little enthusiasm for a Friday. Okay. Let's go talk to one of you. We are on the line with Danny, who is contacting us from New York. And Danny, you are a technical genius because you did something we never have seen done before. You somehow took over the recording device on our platform. Congratulations. I don't think that will ever happen again.
It's my gift to you.
Oh, thank you very much. What's going on? How can we help you out?
So I turned 60 this year, and it hit a little different than being in my 50s. And, time is all I have, or we have. So I kind of would like to retire, but I'm not 100% sure that I have enough, but optimistic that maybe I do.
Okay. Let's go but let's also I hear we're going to deal with the numbers first, and then we're going to do the emotional part. Okay.
Okay, great.
How's that? So you said you're 60 years old. Are you married, partnered, single? Where are you?
Single.
Okay. And right now you're working full time?
Yes.
And how much do you earn?
I co-own a small business with two other people. So we're an LLC, so we take a monthly owner's draw. So it varies year to year. This past couple of years, it's like 210, 250 in that range.
Do you guys have a retirement plan for yourselves, or do each of you do just on your own?
I have a 401k to the company.
Okay. And how much money is in your 401k right now?
670.
Okay, that's great. Fantastic. And that's all pre-tax?
Yes.
Okay. Any other retirement assets that you have floating around?
Don't kill me, but I have an annuity.
Why would I kill you? I would kill the person who sold it to you, but not you.
Okay, great.
How much is in the annuity?
460, about 467.
Okay. And do you remember the source of the funds? Did you take money out of a brokerage account to fund it, or did you have an IRA account, an old IRA account that you invested into it? Do you remember which one that might be?
I think the former.
Okay. So you think it's just what we would call a non-qualified. Okay. Besides the 401k and the annuity, is there also another brokerage account?
Yeah, I have 313,000. Mixture of ETFs and mutual funds and stocks.
Great. And are you managing that yourself, or is somebody doing that for you?
No, I work with someone at a brokerage.
Okay. And is that the person who sold you the variable annuity, or is it somebody different?
No.
Okay.
Someone different.
Okay.
And then I also have Select UMA.
Okay.
Of 93,000.
And money in the bank?
I have a ton of savings and high yield savings that I don't know what to do with, but I like having it nearby.
I already get the idea that you like having your nice soft pillow of cash. How much is total in there?
490,000.
Okay. And do you own your own place, or do you rent?
I own.
What's it worth?
About 6.
Okay. Is there a mortgage that's outstanding still?
Yeah, 90,000.
All right. That's peanuts. Any other assets, any rental properties or anything else besides the business? And I'll ask, I need some questions about that to answer it also.
I inherited my parents' home in Hawaii.
Oh, what are we doing with that?
Keeping it for now.
Not renting it?
No.
What's it worth?
About 6.
Potentially you might move there if we give you the all clear signal on retirement.
Possibly.
Oh, I love that idea. Mark and I
Or
need a place to stay in Hawaii. This is good for us. Very, very
Six,
good news for us.
six as in 6 million or 600,000?
600,000.
All right.
I'm
I
sorry.
was thinking Hawaii. This might be 6 million.
I know, right?
That's good try. Is there anything else asset wise that we need to be aware of?
I think that's it.
Okay. No kids, right?
No kids.
And you inherited this home in Hawaii, so you don't have parents that are alive. Do you have siblings that you might have to take care of?
No.
Okay. What is it that you think you need to live on, just in terms of your, like your basic, how I can have fun if I'm going to retire and I need to live for 30 more years? What do I need to think about replacing for you?
You mean like on a monthly expenses?
Exactly.
7,000-ish.
Okay,
Could
great.
be lower.
Okay, we don't have to make it lower. So 7,000 a month. If you were to retire right now, is there any pension benefit that you're entitled to through the company or not?
No.
Okay. And you'd have to replace your health care as well, right?
Correct.
Okay, so it's 7,000, but it's really more like 75 or 8,000 because of health care, right?
Right.
Okay, so let's say 8,000 a month.
Okay.
Okay. Next, what happens to this business? Like, these partners, if you say, hey, I'm out of here, would you still be able to be entitled to some dividends, or would they buy you out?
You'll probably buy me out.
What do you think a fair value? Don't go crazy with it. Like a fair value for your share. Go low.
800,000.
Low is 800? Do they have the money to buy you out?
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a little bit of the fly in the ointment, isn't it?
Right.
Let's say that you gave them this bargain basement deal and you said, you don't have to pay. Are they younger than you, or are they the same age?
Younger.
When you are 67 years old, do you know what your Social Security benefit will be?
3,800.
And at 70?
4,700.
Oh, I like that one better, don't you?
Yeah.
Me too. All right. So what we have to do is we have to help you figure out how to live from age 60 to 70, right? And I don't really know how to put the business in there because we don't really know if they're going to be able to pay you out or not. This is one of the things I hate about small businesses. One of my happiest moments was getting out of my small business, to be honest with you. If you had like a bargain basement, like the worst it would be, would you say the worst valuation I could use for that business would be 500 grand?
Yeah, let's say that for now.
Let's say, okay. What we need to do is figure out how we can have you live on $8,000 a month, right? And we need to do that for 10 years, right? And it doesn't sound so terrible, so let's say that we start by getting out of that variable annuity. So we annuitize that contract. You know what annuitization is essentially like, hey, insurance company, you've been sitting on my money for all these years. Do me a favor. Over the next, let's call it 10 years, tell me how much money I can pull out of this account every year and deplete it over 10 years. That's the first question I want to be asked. It may not be 10 years. It may be that we say 5 years. I'm sort of thinking that if you can do this over, say, 10 years, right? You pull the trigger right now. Maybe this amount will be, I don't know, 40 or 50 grand a year, maybe. Okay. So now we're about halfway there for you. Not maybe 40% of the way, because we got to pay tax. I mean, the money in this variable annuity, the gain is taxable, but nothing else. So whatever you put in, the difference between what you put in, do you have any idea what you put in initially?
About 200,000.
All right. So we're looking at taxable income of 267,000 spread out over 10 years. It's not so bad.
Yeah.
So I would look at I would think about this. I would think about from 60 to 70 that we have some kind of combination of income where we draw from the variable annuity, we draw from some of the savings and some of your 401k. That it's like, and we get you the money you need. Now, listen, it's not going to be exact. We got to see where tax rates are. But the money that comes from the 401k, that's taxable. the money from the variable annuity, at least, the 267, whatever it's the base amount that you put in versus what is in there now, that difference, that gain is taxable income to you, but it's spread out over time. So we have 401k, variable annuity, and we've got your almost $500,000 in your savings account. For the next 10 years, that gets you probably what you need. Again, I am not just everyone listening. We're doing $8,000 a month or $100,000 a year or so, but we're not actually inflating that. So it'll be more every year. And that gets you to Social Security time, at which point you'll have your $4,700 a month. Maybe it's less. Let's say $4,500. And then we still should have money that's left in your 401k that you can use to draw upon from age 70 to 75 when you have to start taking money out of that 401k. And I think that gets you where you want to go. And then we're just spending your assets. I presume that by the time we get to your age 70, one of your homes will be liquidated. That's my guess. Either Hawaii will be liquidated or your primary residence will be liquidated. And then I think it works. And by the way, I haven't even really included the small business, which is on top of everything. And I think it works. Now, I'm going to just tell you, in my humble opinion, as a former small business owner and a reluctant one, I hated owning a business. It was the worst thing ever for me. And of all of my big breakups, that was the worst breakup I ever had to go through. It is more important that you start having these conversations sooner rather than later if you want out. And my other piece of advice for you in this is that if you really would like to do this, the way to make it go down easier for your two partners is to basically say, guys, I'm not going to hose you on the valuation. I'm going to make a deal so that I can get my money, some of my money out. I don't have to get top dollar, but I want to get out and I need this money to live on for my life. And we're going to make a fair deal. And you may even want a business broker to help you out or a lawyer to help come in. You get someone to do a valuation of the company. And if it's in a lot of companies, it's one times last year's sales or something. I don't know your business, but someone's going to evaluate the company. And, I left a lot of money on the table just to get out because I just wanted to get out. And I think that if you're at that point where you're like, I really want out, it doesn't mean they're bad people. It's just like you want out. You're at a different point in your life. So I think you can make this happen. I think the more you start to have this conversation with yourself and with them, the more realistic it's going to be that we can make it happen. But, it's a huge shift, right? And that's the part where I think you're probably going to need some time to get them on board, but also for you to adjust to it. And you need my book, that's for sure. But all right, you see what I mean? That there's maybe it's like I want to go to Hawaii. I want to go back to Hawaii. This is like where I love to be, and you don't have to do this all at once. You could say I'm going to start by going there a few months every year and just hanging out and seeing if I can develop my own social system there. Or I can, I was just talking to a friend of mine who retired early, actually. She was 55 and her husband was quite ill. And so she said, forget it, life's short. And she retired when she was 55. The husband dies when she's 56. Literally, she thought it was going to last 10 more years. It was 1 more year. And she found herself really at sea. And what she said was, she went back to the place where she grew up because her social system was there. And it was the way that she could kind of make a brand new beginning in a way that didn't feel like she was mourning the past as much. She's obviously going to mourn the person, but for you, you're going to mourn this business, these relationships, this stuff. You don't have to do this all at once. It can be a nice, try it here, try it there. Maybe you say what? Hawaii is like my past. I don't want to go back. In any of the scenarios that I can concoct in my brain, even if you got, $400,000 for your share of the business and it didn't come out for 10 years, it would still work. I think the numbers will still work. So I feel like you can do this, man.
Great.
You feel,
Yeah.
you feel, did you feel that in some way yourself or not?
I did. I did. It's something we already started discussions on this.
That's great.
So there
I think
was,
if you,
discussions about 6 months off, 6 months working, and maybe I'm in Hawaii for 6 months.
yeah, and maybe you say, look, I'm working less. I'll take a lower amount. You can always
Right.
do that also. Like
Right.
you're going to be the Hamish guy. Everyone listening, Hamish just means like the good guy,
Right.
the nice Jewish boy saying like the Hamish guy. Like you're going to be the good guy. You're going to say, I don't need to extract every dollar out of this. I need to get myself to a place where I can make this transition. I trust you guys, blah, blah, blah. You'll sell it. And I think that's how we make it work. I really do. Listen, you have accumulated quite a bit of money. So I feel like you're in the position to do this. Now you have to give yourself permission to do it.
That's very helpful.
All right.
Yes.
Last thing. I just want to make sure that you have all of your documents in place and that you have counsel also to help you through this process with the partners.
We do. We do
Okay.
have someone.
Okay, good. Good.
Yes. Yes.
Oh my God, I'm excited. I'm
Thank you
excited
so
for you.
much.
You see, Mark, I do want people's dreams to come true. I'm a dream maker today. If you would like your dream made, just go to JillOnMoney.com, click the Contact Us button, and write us a note and come on the air with us because we can talk you through a lot of stuff. Don't forget to check out all the great content that lives on the website. And you can subscribe to us on the Odyssey app or wherever you find your favorite podcasts. Our music is composed by Joel Goodman. Mark Talercio is the executive producer and king of all things web. And we are distributed by Odyssey. And I would like to encourage you to put your hands metaphorically on someone's back. It's going to make that person feel better. Change your work, change your wealth, change your life. Thank you for listening, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.